Kia ora budget fam o tēnā koe whenua. My name is Nee. I am the Joy Ninja. I am doing my weekly budget in cash. This is variable expenses like groceries, all my sinking funds and some savings challenges. Come out. So this is the week before Christmas that I'm recording, or a few days before Christmas. We have 2 more cash stuffings before the end of the year, which is quite scary. Here is my priorities for this quarter, October through December. They were some sinking funds, dentist, prescription and self-care. I wanted to fund my emergency fund to $1,000 and fully fund Christmas and birthdays. I have done that. I'm a wee way off this and these things are going pretty good. So today, I usually have 310. I have an additional $25 my dad put in for the Christmas ham. So I'm going to be stuffing that today. So we have 51, 20, 40, 60, 82, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 65, 75, 85, 95, 305, 10, 15, 25, 325. All up. And at the start of my cash stuffings, I like to do a little check-in with you, let you know how I went with my everyday spending. So, no surprises, groceries, petrol and takeaways, they're my 3 envelopes I keep in my wallet, all done, all spent, nothing left. And then for change, I have a very modest amount. I'm going to cash this later. I'm going to count this later. Right, before we get too far in, I'm going to change out a $5 note. No, not with that. And I'm back. So I'm just changing a $5 note out for change, so that I can pay my daughter's allowance, which is $14. I pay her age. Anyway, on with the stuffing. Groceries. I'm going to put 140. But story time. I saved in my Christmas fund enough for food, and then stuff happened. This week, the stuff was, my youngest got really sick and I ended up having to take him to ED, and the parking there was more than $5 per half hour, and we were there from 10 o'clock at night till, then we got out about 3:30, 4 in the morning. Yeah, so that ate into the money I had set aside for food. I have bought some of it. I've still got the last minute items and maybe some booze. So that 140 is going to cover that. I'm going to get my usual $40 out for petrol. And I'm going to give myself $10 for takeaways. Takeaways are so expensive, with kids and stuff. Like, yeah, McDonald's and stuff is really expensive. So this takeaways envelope is kind of morphed into my get me out of trouble envelope. So this is for little snacks and stuff if I'm out with the kids and you know, they're running out of energy, they need some food, maybe a pie at the dairy, that kind of thing. Let's pop that aside and move on to this binder here. Variable funds, I'm dipping in and out of them, but I don't keep them in my wallet because I don't want to be tempted to spend them on just stuff. So household this week is getting 5. I actually managed to not spend the $10 that's in there, which is amazing. So it's now got 15. Pin money, I did spend, and I'm going to give myself 10 there. personal spending money. My beauty is adding up nicely. I'm going to give it 10. I am out of a particular beauty product and I do want to buy myself hair dye, so, but I'm going to wait for it to build up a little bit more. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 at the moment. I think I need about 80 to be able to buy those two things. Clothes, I'm just going to give it 5. I recently spent it all, so we're just building it back up. It has 20. Giving is going to get skipped this week, but in giving I have $25. Now on to my sinking funds. This pink binder has really been my priority. I've been trying to go hard here. I got the envelopes arranged in order of importance to me. So dentist is going to get 10. Let's sort my money out, sorry. So dentist has got 50, 70, 80, 90, 110, 120. We've got an optometrist appointment coming up in January, and then, you know, I've got my root planing due sometime after that. The health envelope has been used quite a bit lately, so I am going to give it 20 to try and boost it a wee bit. So I've got 20, 35 now. Kids fun. I wasn't able to do the mini golf with the family. They still came around for lunch, but because my little was so sick, we didn't do that. It's going to get 10 this week. So I've got 20, 40, 50, 60, 75 in kids fun. And sometime over the holidays we will do that mini golf, and my daughter would really like to go try out aerial silks. If you know what they are, they're like 2 bits of fabric dangling from a tall ceiling, and you kind of like circus style get up in them and make shapes, and it looks very elegant. The fur bays are gonna get $10. So they now have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 5. This is another priority that I'm going to have to keep my eye on and try and stuff as much as I can, because we need to fund my youngest cat getting fixed. The kittens are doing great. But yeah, I'm not keen to let her out, the cat outside, until she's been fixed, because they go on heat pretty much straight away. $5 in the car, so it has 20, 30, 40, 50, 5, 65 in car. This is for everything to do with car. I've just tried to keep it simple. Some budgeters will split out like their warrant and rego and their emergency fund for car, like maintenance fund for car. It's just all in one. Christmas and birthdays, I'm going to start stuffing that again in January, but not for now. And these are like my little budget trackers for various reasons. I'll just do them off camera. The dental fund, I'm not, the money that I'm stuffing now I know is going straight out, so it doesn't seem any point in like filling up this tracker until I've had the 2 appointments that are coming up, and then I'll use the tracker. Okay, so that's where the bulk of my money is going, but I do have a couple of savings challenges that I want to give some love to. Emergency savings. If you saw my stuffing last week, you'll know that I don't know what I did, but I kind of stuffed up the tracker, and I had a look and I decided that I would move some money around online in one of the other accounts, so that I've got it up to 724.82. That's the balance of my emergency savings in the emergency savings account, and today I'm going to give it 25, 10, 15, 25. So that brings it up to 750. So even if I don't stuff it next week, I've only got 250 to go to get to my 1K. And as I said, I had initially had a goal that I would do that by the end of the year. I didn't achieve it, but lots of other stuff came up in between, like kids going on camp and teeth drama and health drama, so I don't feel bad about it. And the reason I mention it is, if you make goals and you aren't able to achieve them, just make another one, like you make the rules, it's your budget. I don't think there's any reason to be down on yourself, like especially when you're starting out budgeting, it's really hard to know what's realistic. Honestly, you're just making it up as you go along, and you just got to keep looking at your budget and readjusting every week. And after a while, you kind of get a feel for what's realistic and what's not. Like with my grocery shopping, I would spend 180 a week before I started budgeting, 180 to 220. Now I can get that down to, I think, between 130, 120 some weeks, and that's just by being super organized and mindful about what I'm doing. Anyway, let's chat. The kids' savings, I am just going to give them $1. I'm not really going to count it until it gets up to like $5, and then I might change it out for a note or something. The only reason I'm putting $1 in there is because I'm going to give my daughter her 14, and that $1's left over, so I've got to put it somewhere. I'll put it into kids' savings. And my last two challenges, so for Ninja Goals, I'm going to give it 5 today. I'm going to colour in that half 10. So for this, I've got 51, 1, 10, 25, 35. 135, $50 to go to get to my goal of 175. And I've got basically a month to get there. Actually, I think 175 is a little bit over what I need to put my son in karate, so I think it's 150 for term lessons. I don't know, it'll be useful even if I have to add in a bit. And then Waitangi Day, which I have appropriated for my girl going on camp, is going to get 15. So that's my last 15 there, and we'll give that a quick count. 50, 70, 85, 95, 105, 110. And the goal there is 200, so obviously I've got $90 to save by Waitangi Day, which is the first weekend in February. Oh, and there's $2 there. It's quite the goal, considering I'm averaging about $30 a week to put into savings challenges, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, that is just about my cash stuffing. All I need to do now is count the leftover money, and if you are enjoying this video and you like looking at me counting my very modest income and this gives you inspiration, how about subscribing or hitting the like button? Yikes. So that's $4.80. Those little bits of change do add up, and I have a special job for them, a special purpose. I will be counting them in my end of the month wrap up. So I've got one more stuffing to do, then I count what's in my jar, and I've got a special place that I go and tuck that, another savings challenge. So tune in next week for that. I guess all there's left to say is Miri Kirihimeti. Merry Christmas to you all. I hope it is a fun one. I hope we see some sunshine. Yeah, and I hope you stay safe and have fun with your families. Kia ora.